welcome back to the channel. Now, I drove the Mini Cooper S Petrol about a year ago and I thought that was an absolutely fantastic car. So when I got a call from my friends at Mini Chandlers in Hailsham saying they'd opened back up and they had the new electric Cooper S in, I had to get straight down there and test drive it and bring it to you guys. So we're going to have a look around the car and discuss it, but I really want to put it up against one of its main competitors. That car is behind me. Well, here we go. This, I think, is a major competitor to the electric version. It's the petrol, so this is the Cooper S Petrol. And it has got so much in common with that electric model in front. It's got the same body shell, it's got the same looks, it's got nearly the same performance, it's nearly the same cost. I mean, admittedly the electric version is a bit cheaper. Let's change down. Hey, that's one thing this has got, is gears, but they are very, very similar, these two cars. Which one do you go for? Difficult decision, but I've got both cars. It's going to be a great day. Getting to drive two Minis in a day, brilliant. Really going to enjoy this. So we'll put the two head to head. We'll see basically by the end of the day in towns and fun roads which is the better proposition to buy. Is it going to be, now the car behind me, the Mini Cooper S Electric, or is it going to be this, the Mini Cooper S Petrol? Let's find out. This is going to be a wonderful day. We've headed into town. I'm not sure why I'm whispering. Need to talk normally, but it's so quiet in here. It's lovely. It really is relaxing, and having lots of torque and power available at 1 RPM makes this drive, it is just so relaxing. We can do 1 foot driving, as it's called. So basically when you do ease off the accelerator, it's using the regenerative braking capabilities of the car to stop the car. So I'm not having to use the brakes at all. Here we go, so pull away. Ooh, it's a sci-fi whistle as you pull away from the lights. It's brilliant. Why do I keep whispering? It's a lot quieter than the Cooper S Petrol I was driving earlier. It's eerily quiet in here. Just still moving. No noise at all. Then you put your foot down and you're off. Yeah, this makes so much sense why you'd have this car for town driving. It's a lot more relaxing. I didn't think it would be, but it's just nicer in general to waft away at the lights. The sound of silence is fantastic. Just beautiful. The power delivery is so smooth in comparison to the archaic petrol engine, although that is a fantastic engine in there. But there's just something very, very special about driving an electric car in this sort of environment. It's green, which is great. It's cheaper to run. No road tax. It just makes so much sense. So we're heading into town now to see how this Cooper S Petrol gets on. At the end of the day, I think a lot of people end up driving around town, so it's a very, very good test to see what it's like. It should be pretty good. We've got stop-start technology in here, so it does help the environment slightly, but even so, it's still going to be chucking out fumes and horrible things for the environment while you're driving along, and certainly fuel consumption when you're stop starting and driving at really slow speeds is not very good. So there you go, stop start's cut out the engine, which is a nice thing, but it pulls away nicely. It's smooth. We've got it in auto, full auto at the moment. You can change over to pedals, but I can't really be bothered to do that. Noise wise, it's pretty good. It's well insulated, but it's the drive, it's not quite as flexible, you know, with that instant torque as you've got with the electric version. Don't get me wrong, this certainly isn't bad whatsoever. In fact, it's blooming brilliant car, but it's just not great for the environment, and that's the biggest issue with town driving, and your fuel consumption is going to be pretty shocking. You know, instead of getting sort of 40 something, 45 when you're on faster roads, you're probably going to be getting like 20, which it's not good, is it? Stop start again. All I can hear is the air conditioning. Starts up automatically, and we're off. It's quite a pokey little engine, this. Anyway, I say little, it's still a 2 litre turbocharged engine, so there's plenty of torque to get you away from the lights. It's about the same, I think, as the electric model, give or take. Finished up in Hailsham. That wasn't the most exciting drive, to be honest, around the town, but luckily about 15-minute drive from Chandlers Mini in Hailsham we have Beachy Head with some sublime roads, some of the favourite places to drive in Sussex. Absolutely beautiful roads up there. So we can go and put this thing through its paces with what a Mini's all about, really. It's about the handling and the darty feel and everything else. So we can go and see what this is like. We've got some dual carriageways to contend with. Not very exciting, I know, but again, it's another good test. So we'll get up to the speed limit, 60 miles an hour, and it's not bad. A little bit of road noise, to be honest, but it's so well insulated, and I think it's slightly louder because we've got JCW wheels on here as opposed to the standard 17s. It's part of the, I think, like JCW pack that's fitted to this model. They look cool though, so I think I'd put up with that. So here we go, guys. Performance of these cars, in theory, this should be quicker. This is 60 in 6.8. That is 60 in 7.3, but the power is delivered quicker in the Cooper electric. Let's get ready to go. We're going to put it in sports mode. Get ready to floor it as soon as I flash my lights. And we're off. Yeah, that's quick. Definitely dropped that petrol for a little while, but it was gaining on me again, so that was close. That was closer than I thought it was going to be. Decisions, what do you do? We've got two cars with nearly the same performance. It was good fun though. It's that instant surge. I love it. More interesting. I think it's time we can have a quick chat over the interior of the Mini Electric. It is very similar to the Cooper S Petrol we've been driving around in, with some minor differences and one significant difference. The significant difference is this new digital display. This has replaced the more traditional analog circular dials. Over on the left of the display we have the amount of power that you're using, so that's the equivalent of the rev counter. Right hand side is the amount of battery remaining before you need to recharge. We have the speed in the middle. There's a small indication showing the speed limit of the road. We've got distance before you need to recharge, and that's about it. It's very, very simple, very clear, just has everything that you could possibly want to see on it. One thing I love about this car, which it's nothing different about the Mini Electric, it's just this level 3 happens to have it fitted as standard, is the head-up display. So all of the information that I could possibly want is up there. So at the moment I've just got the speed and the speed of the road, because that's all really you need to know. If you have the sat nav up, it shows it up there, so that's a perfect feature to have. So this central section is also very familiar. We've got the infotainment system, it's iDrive, it's exactly the same across I think pretty much every Mini they make, but it's when you come a bit lower down to the toggle switches that they have different functions over the Cooper S. So we have some parking settings which are exactly the same, so if you want to turn the parking sensors off. Now this is a brand new one for the electric car. We have a toggle switch which changes how aggressive the regenerative braking is going to be. So by standard it's on maximum, and you can press it down and it will go to low. Now regenerative braking, if we haven't covered this, which we haven't, basically means when you're lifting off of the accelerator, it's recharging the battery. So the electric motor's being turned by the kinetic energy, and that's pushing energy back in to the batteries to give you a bit more range, which is fantastic. It also gives you quite a fun additional feature. When you have it in its most aggressive setting, as soon as you lift off the accelerator, the car starts to slow down because it's turning the electric motor. So at the moment I'm doing 37. If I ease off the accelerator, there's nothing behind me, I'm not doing anything, I'm not braking, so 23, 22, 21, 20. So I will eventually come to a complete stop. That has two benefits. We're charging the battery, and also we're not using the brakes, so there's no wear and tear going on. And it's quite fun just having this single pedal to drive around in. It feels really lazy though. It's like, oh, I can drive with one pedal. There's no gears and no clutch, you don't need to use the brake, and that's about it. Great, I enjoy that.